Hey everybody, welcome at the nick of time. Hello internet people, welcome to The Artist's Journey. I'm your host Wilfred Lee, and I'm here with the very awesome social media butterfly, the one and only, the Miss Inked Korea herself, YoPickles.
Hi, dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Making our own theme song. And we also have an awesome background. I'm sure you guys can see behind us. See this? I'm gonna get this tattoo.
Really?
I mean that one.
I think you should get the mermaid baby.
Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
Because I look like him already? They just need thicker eyebrows on this part here. I feel like I'm actually touching it, which is kind of cool.
That is cool. I like
That's
the background.
awesome.
The background is pretty cool.
I'm so happy he's right in the middle too. He's just like
hey.
That's so great. So yeah, so we're just here and we're just hanging out. YoPickles, aka Chelsea, she's been in Korea for several years, over 5 years and so, and now she's back again. Part 2. Oh Jesus! And she's on the show, and we're just gonna have a quick, not even a quick, hopefully just a very nice casual chat.
I've been back and forth the last 5 years, so I think this might be part 4.
Back and forth? I like it. That's good to know. Good to know. So, how long... Okay, we probably talked about this already, but just to let everyone know. How long have you been in Korea for?
I arrived October 2010, so this October will be 6 years on and off.
What an anniversary. That's so great.
Crazy.
Yeah. And how are your chopstick skills? I almost said chop shops, just kidding.
You guys know, I'm pretty good at wooden chopsticks, but even the ones from earlier weren't the right ones. I'm really good at the takeout wood chopsticks that you get when you order out.
This is true.
They're so much easier, and there's like a better grip. But I can do metal chopsticks as long as it's not like noodles or pastas. Pasta, forget about it. I'm just going to eat with my hands.
Have you ever seen those Japanese brain surgeons? Their audition to be a brain surgeon. They're in a room, and they have like the smallest like metal kind of instruments, and they have to they have these tests you have to make an origami crane within 15 minutes, and it's this tiny. Or they have to make replica sushi, and it's like this big.
No, I wouldn't be good at that.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Asians are really good at brain surgery, probably.
Yeah.
Because it just.
I wonder if they do that in America. Probably not. They probably let you test on what's that game where you touch his nose and
Operation?
It's like, yeah, they probably test on that game.
Oh my god, I love Operation.
I know, it's so stressful.
It is stressful. You know what's even more. Hello. Let's see if this works again. Let's continue. Okay, and we are back already. I'm watching a TV show on Periscope on my iPad and here on my iPhone. Oh, Matt, you busy bee. You multitasker, you. Thank you for that. Courtney S. says hello. What's up? What's up, darling? And we're back, guys. Thanks for watching. We had a bit of a technical issue, but whatever. That's life, right? My life is basically such is life. So we're here again, and the baby's back. This baby. We shouldn't even be looking at that because that's delayed. This baby there. I was actually confused. Like, why am I talking but I'm not moving? This is so weird. Anyways, guys, thanks for coming back. So yeah, we're just here. We're gonna chill out and stuff. But I have a few questions I'd like to ask Chelsea. But before we do that, Matt Carmen has a great question. He wants to know about your nickname.
Oh, that's a good question.
YoPickles.
That's a good starting question.
It's a good way to start. Yeah.
When I was a baby, when I was younger, Matt Carmen. No, my first food was a pickle. My dad actually used to make pickles in our backyard.
Whoa.
He'd grow the cucumbers, and then he would ferment them.
experimentate them?
Yeah, so actually I have baby pictures of me just like gnawing down on pickles. Anyways, that's not where it came from, but have liked pickles from the beginning. And skipping a few years,
How many years?
26 years, no. Yeah, I painted one of my walls one day. I thought it was going to be a really cool like hunter green, and it ended up being like the color of something that you can't see behind me because it's a green screen, but a really bright green. And my roommate came in and was like, "Oh my gosh, holy pickles!" And then that's where it all came from. She just started calling me Pickles, which I didn't mind because I like pickles. And so yeah, my nickname was Pickles for a long time, and then the Yo came from something else, which I don't know if it kind of jumps into social media talk, but I started live streaming on an app called Hang With. And during Hang With days, I started a community called the Yo Army. And
Whoa.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. It was a huge posse that like went from like joking around to something really huge. So pretty much what the rules were on the Yo Army is put a Yo in front of your screen name, and then the Yo Army would follow the Yo Army. So you would be like Yo Wilfred Lee. So you would go and follow all the Yos, and the Yo people would see that you're a Yo and then follow you back. So you would get like an instant following. So that's the Yo Army. That's where the Yo came from. I was just Pickles before, but now I'm YoPickles because of the Yo Army. If that makes sense. Yeah.
So you went from Pickles to YoPickles, and now this is who you are now.
Yeah. Now everybody always asks like, why is it YoPickles? It's such a weird name if you think about it, but it's so not weird if you are me because it's so.
And
normal.
it's so distinct too, because no one's gonna take that name. What
Except
if someone is like,
everybody has YoPickles.
Oh, really?
Somebody has my Snapchat as YoPickles, and someone has my Twitter as YoPickles. So actually, my Twitter is YoPickles with 2 S's.
That's so weird.
So I guess there was like this
hacker
hip hop guy named YoPickles, which doesn't even use his YoPickles account. It's just like this G-Funk guy that has like his hat backwards in all the pictures, and I'm like, oh, his like rap name was YoPickles.
That's sad. I wish he made a song called YoPickles and stuff.
Maybe there is.
Because then you can use that, you can use it, and then it'd be a great way to just use it as your theme song.
Maybe there is one. Maybe there's a YoPickle song. I've never even checked that. What if there was?
I think Blab's Got Talent. Someone should definitely make a YoPickles song for you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
Actually, I've had some people write some interesting songs before.
For you?
Just for fun. Especially with the flash mob. When I do the flash mob, like I'll come in and everybody writes in the comments, and they're always talking about pickles, and then people will just make really awesome pickle songs.
Badass.
Yeah.
Badass. Collaboration indeed.
Yeah.
So before we do this, so this is what we're looking at right now. So I'm gonna just switch it up really quick over here, and I want to show this really cool picture. So I'm gonna go to her official Facebook page, if that's okay, right? And can we just look at this photo? Aww! Oh,
it's Jessie. So slutty. Look at my outfit. I'm such a hooker.
Hey, it's a nice dress, okay?
Knee-high boots. At least
I like how this passive violations. That could be a guy easily in that top left. It's a guy playing the tuba in the top left. Okay, first of all, where is this? Can you describe what's going on?
This is at a club in Orlando.
The view's magnificent, by the way.
I was 23, I think, or 22.
Okay.
Which gives you my age, guys. But yeah, my hair was pretty long. Actually, I guess I have the same hair now.
Yeah.
But yeah, guess what? I think I might have only had 1 tattoo then, or 2 tattoos. So this is me without any tattoos. I was under 21.
So that's like a fake tattoo?
No, that X means I wasn't old enough to drink, and I don't have a bracelet.
Oh.
So I must have been 20.
Oh, interesting. So this was, okay, I like how you wrote down flashback before tattoos. Whoa. Which do you like better? Tattoos or nah? Regardless, it's not even a question, but I'm just kind of curious, what was your life before tattoos? Like...
What was my life before tattoos?
Yeah.
Well, in this picture, life, I was working at a bar. I started working at bars and doing, like, hospitality stuff for, like, 6 years. So from when I was 19 to 6 years from then. I worked within bars and doing, like, bars and, like, serving and that kind of stuff. A little bit of bartending. this picture, I actually worked at a bar that was like similar to Coyote Ugly.
Mm-hmm.
So at that bar, I was a server and sold shots out of gun holders and pouring in people's. It was pretty typical Orlando girl life.
Is that what it is, Orlando girl life?
I think during that time, I felt like just a lot of.
Was that the time when Coyote Ugly actually came out?
I think it was like a couple years old when Coyote Ugly. But this bar that I worked at was called Hogs and Honey, so it was like this bit off of Coyote Ugly. But we did have to jump up and dance on the bar and do the whole thing. Like if someone asked for water, we could spray them, like that kind of stuff. It was kind of fun.
It'd be great if you jumped on the bar and you start doing the Running Man. Just like robot. They're like, woo! What the? She's good, but I feel so confused right now. She's great.
I like to dance, but I'm not a dancer. Like we had to go through like dance class before we got this job, and whenever we would hear like the song start, like everybody was supposed to stop what they're doing, jump up in the bar and do it. But like I would stop what I was doing and like run to the bathroom. Oh, I'll be right there. I gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah. I didn't
hated to dance?
Well, the girls that I worked with were like fake boobs, really like super like plastic surgery hoochie girls.
Hoochie. Oh, I never heard that in a long time.
Yeah, and then it was me with like, I don't know, I wasn't very wild like them. I wasn't like, ooh, I'm sexy on the bar. I was more like, just because I have to do this dance. Okay, cool.
That's great. So, and
cool story.
No, it's really interesting because that's like, we all had like these really interesting upbringings from where we were, what we were doing before, and at that time, can you remember your first tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first tattoo actually is a funny story. I went to Catholic school my K through 8. Actually, it wasn't K through 8, but I would say 4th through 8 I was in Catholic school. And my 8th grade graduation from Catholic school, my sister decided to take me to a tattoo shop and we got our first tattoo.
Your sister decided to do that?
15? Yeah, so we kind of lied.
Of course.
Yeah, I told the guy we left our wallets, and we lost our wallets at the airport. We were from Wisconsin. I was Daphne Fields, and she was Daisy Fields. Stupid guy believed it, and we got a tattoo. And my first tattoo is a butterfly on my lower hip, a.k.a. ass.
And why the butterfly?
I was 15, so it just seemed like I wanted that. But it's...
Makes sense.
Yeah, my sister drew it up right there at the place, and she got like a little whale, and I got a...
Wait, so she got a whale, and then you got a butterfly?
Yeah.
And was it the same position, same place?
No, my sister got a whale here.
Is it...
It's so stupid. That's like the dumbest tattoos ever, but hey.
But it's just like the first one is always the most interesting one.
Yeah.
That's just the beginning.
Well, the guy said no. The guy said, no, you have to have an ID. And then when we were walking out, he's like, wait, well, where did you want it? And I was like, here. He's like,
all right, I'll let you slip this time.
Okay.
And then your sister's like, I want a whale. He's like, where? Here, all right, just come over here, take a seat.
Yeah.
So how's Wisconsin like? You're like, well, Daphne and I just doing our thing.
Do you guys get the names, though? They're both flowers.
Oh.
And our last name was Fields.
Definitely.
Good one, sister. Amber, if you're watching, that was a great idea.
So that was completely premeditated before. You guys literally thought about the names.
I think she just said it. I don't remember planning it. Maybe we did plan it.
But was it like a special day? Was it like a special occasion, or you just like spur of the moment?
Was it my 8th grade graduation night?
Okay. So it's graduation night.
Yeah, I don't even know. I have no
So
idea.
it was like
why my mom
graduation
even...
party?
I don't even remember. No, it was just... We just went to Orlando and did it. Such rebels.
As Orlandians do.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Great. So starting from then to where you are now in terms of just all the tattoos that you have, how many do you have altogether? Can you count?
I don't know how to count them.
Because it is one piece. Right?
I usually just tell people a lot. Because a lot of people are like, well, how many? I have 12. And I'm like, I think I might have more than 12. I stopped counting when I started covering like... Oh, wait. Am I like in the screen? I have to go this way. Yeah. I stopped counting when you couldn't see any more bodies. Body parts. So I usually just tell people a lot. But I would say... I don't know. Maybe I can say percentage of body space.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't have like anything on my stomach, and a lot on my back still and my legs. So it's, I would say 50% of my body.
50%?
Yeah.
That's a good percentage.
Maybe. I would say. I'm not totally covered. My arms are covered. So, yeah.
And do you have like a favorite one?
I do.
You do have a
but
favorite one.
It's kind of hard to show you because it's on my leg.
I think I've seen that before.
Take off my pants, or I can just show you my second favorite one, which is ones that I just got. It's like this.
This is the most recent one.
Where do I do it? I need to move over. Yeah, so you can see it's super shiny because it's creamed.
Yes, they have blended together, by the way.
Let's do like this.
Yes.
Oh look!
It's going through.
Oh look! I got the
you got the baby. Wait, I want a tattoo. I got a tattoo! Oh, do you like this one?
Oh
I got this one at Nam.
Wait, does that
I got
mean
this one at the 1987 Korean Olympics. This one, I love to go fishing.
Oh my god.
After watching Pirates of the Caribbean, I watched all three of them together. This one is, I don't know, I lost my bracelet, so I might as well just put it on my shoulder right now.
Oh my god, wait. Was that picking up like the green in my tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cool. You guys check it out.
Look,
all the green
it's going through you. I have no body.
Oh my god, look at my sloth monkey. He has like, oh snap, he got a rose head.
Wow,
so
what if
cool.
that's the future of tattoos?
Whoa, green screen.
It's like real-time interactive green screen.
Hey, we should do some kind of thing with that.
Yeah.
Let's make a doc about...
A doc?
Just paint our whole body in green and then like stand in front of a green screen. And
I have
like
a green blanket.
Have a big tattoo body thing.
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah, so I guess my favorite tattoo now is the one on my leg, which is a portrait, and then I really like What's Happening, my newest tattoo that I just got a couple of days ago, which you guys can kind of see.
And who is the artist that you can credit that to?
This is Kay at Hybrid Ink. Actually, he moved shops to Gym Tattoo in Hongdae, if you guys are in Korea. You guys can check him out on Instagram, actually. It's just the letter K and tattooing. He's amazing, and his style is freaking epic. So, and actually, well, I guess that doesn't.
Yeah.
That was.
Okay, well, yeah. Actually, let's check it out. We can actually see the video while she was doing it over here. Okay.
Actually, this is a quick video too. He was when he was wiping it down, so you guys could. It was so painful when he was doing that. I wanted to freaking shoot him.
Why is that one of the most painful places? Or?
No, just it's 3.5 hours of him putting all that ink in my arm and
it's
him
very solid,
rubbing it with a freaking dry paper towel. I was just like, oh snap, it freaking hurts. Anyways, it's pretty cool. I like it. He did really cool with color blending, and I'm excited to see how it's gonna look when it heals.
Damn. It's gonna change a lot more after it heals?
Well, this is his too, so it will change as in like just not be puffy and hurting. So yeah, he did a good job.
Have you ever wanted to do tattooing yourself?
No, I should, but actually Lola, my old roommate here in Korea, she's covered in tattoos, and she has a leg that she gave to her friends and tattoo friends to tattoo. So she was like, I want you to tattoo a tattoo on me. And I was like, oh my god, I don't know how to tattoo though. It's so scary. I don't think you should trust me. And I got like a 5-minute lesson from my friend who spoke very little English on how to tattoo.
That's perfect. That's all you need.
No.
Less than 5 minutes of
I was
this
so
Kylie
stressed.
translator.
I didn't know like how hard to push, if I'm pushing too hard. So I was just kind of like, it was terrible. Anyways, I drew up this little rabbit. It's a simple little rabbit that said pickle in Korean on the bottom.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a rabbit, and it looks like a cactus.
That's even better, because
I was like, like not straight lines.
You put like spikes on it?
Oh, no, because I was like scared, so it was like, so it looks like a cactus. So
that would be cute.
A cactus bunny.
That'd be a cactus, yeah, cactus bunny.
Yeah.
That would be a great cartoon character, I think.
I can show you a picture of it, but it's like lost in my...
But then we would have to bring her and just like show her leg. And
oh my god, she always laughs at me. She's like, it was a rabbit, but now it's a cactus bunny.
Oh, that's so great.
It's okay though. Cactus bunnies are cool.
So do you have any favorite artists in terms of tattoos?
Like in Korea?
Or just in general?
Actually, to be honest, I was never really... I like tattoos, and I had a few before I got to Korea, but I really got into like the Korea tattoo industry, and that's like kind of where it started. So there's a lot of artists that I know of by tattoos, like out in the world outside of Korea, but like I don't really know them that well. I know Korea only, really. So The Korean artists that I like the most are Jackson Tattoo, Nature Ink Jackson. Are you gonna throw these up here?
We maybe.
Or just go to Inked Korea. If you guys want to check out, I have a tattoo page called Inked Korea.
The page.
Yeah, no, not the page. The group is better. The group is where I post every day. The page is just so someone doesn't take my name. But yeah, actually, Nadi is a good one to. We'll start with Nadi. Nadi is she's really, really, really unique with her styles. This is actually a cover up.
Whoa.
So she does some like really cool things. She's one of my partners on Inked Korea, and she just does something really, really different. And a lot of my customers will come to me, and then they will say kind of like a theme that they want, and then they just let her do whatever she wants with it, and it usually comes out pretty freaking badass.
Damn.
So Nadi is definitely a good one. You can follow her on Instagram. It's just Nadi_tattooing. Tattooer, I think. Oh shoot, what's her Instagram? Nadi Snap. Wait, I don't want to say that.
Oh, Snapchat. By the way, these are all her own original designs.
Yeah, like this customer, they wanted a skull and crossbones, so I don't know if you guys, I don't know. I do like a tattoo broker style thing, so I get customers coming to me.
Yeah.
And then I do all the English stuff for all the artists here in Korea. Tattooer_Nadi.
Okay, Tattooer_Nadi.
Yeah, it's her Instagram.
Nadi.
Yeah, and Nadi.
Those are great.
But yeah, so they give the idea, and then they don't see the design until they get to the appointment, which is kind of a cool way to get a tattoo. I think it's a little bit stressful because you have no idea, but if you can see, like, you're gonna get a badass tattoo.
Have you seen that one video of I'm not sure where it was. I'm pretty sure it was like a tattoo shop where people would kind of put their arm through kind of like a
the 3D machine.
No, it was kind of like a glory hole, and that was like a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Drawing a tattoo.
I would do that because actually a lot of my tattoos I didn't pick myself anyways, because usually you get a better tattoo if you trust the artist that you're going to. So you give them an idea of what you want, and they create something that's going to come out of their brain, which they're artists. They're not you, and well, you're an artist, but. If you scroll down, look for Jackson, which is going to be Kay is the one that just did my tattoo. I don't know if you want to show some of Kay's stuff.
Yeah, let's check out Kay's stuff.
K
so
_tattooing, or K tattooing on Instagram. Sorry. Yeah, so he's really known for like the colors, the bright colors, and very unique. This is K style. Like I haven't seen anything like it anywhere.
Has such a great fusion of different inspirations. I can feel.
So all of his stuff has that same thing. So if someone wants, say, a monkey, he's going to do, like, his style of a monkey. So you can't really choose what you want, but the pieces are amazing.
So usually for yourself, when you go to a tattoo artist, you kind of say, hey, what do you usually say? How do you usually approach the process of getting a tattoo?
Like me?
Yeah, for yourself.
For myself?
Yeah.
Before, like, say for this sleeve, my birthday's on Halloween, and I told him I wanted, like, a pumpkin, I wanted a cupcake. I told him, like, kind of the things I wanted, and then I just let him do whatever. Some people are a little bit picky because they're like, oh my god, it's going to be on my body for the rest of the time. I want this and this and this. I want it this way, this way, this way. But that's another case, I guess you could say. But for me, I usually just trust the artist, and that's what goes along with, like, doing your homework with tattoo artists. Don't just walk into any tattoo shop and pick something off the wall and not know anything about the tattoo artist. That's where I've been trying to, like, coach and teach people, like, where to go and what artist to go, and, like, helping people do their homework. But yeah, definitely do your homework. If that would be, like, my first thing.
So
process.
Research about the different types of artists and their styles.
Research the style. Like, if you know you want an angel that's, like, black and white or black and gray is what you would call it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe kind of research some styles that you like go on Instagram and search angel tattoos and try to find some that you kind of like. Oh, I like the way she's sitting here. I like this way. Get something together, and then search for artists, like artists that have the same style, or like check out line work, make sure their line work's good, see how long they've been tattooing is a good thing. Like just doing your homework. Don't just pick anyone just because there's a sign outside of a shop that says tattoo that they're going to be professionals. Anybody can buy a machine, and especially in Korea, it's illegal here. So
it's still illegal.
So anybody can buy a machine and say that they're a tattoo shop with no training, which is not good. If you go down, I'll show you Jackson. That's more of naughty. Jackson should be... this is Jackson.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Jackson is genius. He's the one that did my leg here, which I can't show you, but he's amazing. I don't even know, like...
I love that someone got this cable guy tattoo. That's so great.
Yeah, if you click on his name, you might be able to see more.
Sure. All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, he's known for his realism and realistic tattooing.
Damn. Let's go through photos.
You are going to spend a little bit more money on these kind of guys, but wouldn't you want something badass like this versus there's some really bad portrait. That one's freaking cool. I haven't seen that one with the shine on his eyes. That's cool as crap. Anyways, he's genius. I want to go on vacation in his brain. Like, he's just one of those guys that I trusted. I didn't pick exactly what he was going to do. I said I wanted an Indian girl with an owl, like, headpiece.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh.
Damn.
Yikes.
You really feel it.
Yeah, Jackson is awesome. If you guys want to check him out, it's Major Ink Jackson. I think it's on Instagram. It's Major Ink _ Jackson, maybe. Hold on.
That's pretty awesome.
Major Ink _ Jackson.
Major Ink _ Jackson.
If you guys are in Korea, his shop is actually in Busan, which is down South Korea.
Cool.
So I would say out of my favorite tattoo artist would be Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who did my arm memento. This is not really his style, but this is really good, Doc, if you ever want to watch it.
Sure.
Not now, but it's about the tattoo scene here being illegal and stuff.
Right.
He's usually does the realistic tattoos as well, like Jackson. So, yeah, he's my favorite. K, Naughty, and Jackson.
Awesome. So, from the beginning of the time when you first came to Korea to, what it is now, how much have you seen the culture of tattoo change?
So much. It's crazy. Just like any fashion or anything in Korea, like if something happens, it's so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
With fashion? It's
Absolutely.
like one girl posts a picture wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt, and then all of a sudden every shop in Gangnam selling Mickey Mouse. Like, it's super fast. So when I first came to Korea, it was very rare to see anybody showing any tattoos. I felt like I was like really outcasted. Like I only had this one showing on my arm, and how that all started was I got invited to like a tattoo convention that was like password only, not password, but like you had to know someone to get to it. And that's when I first realized that, wow, a lot of people have tattoos, but they just cover them, and it's like a whole underground thing. And yeah, from then to now, it's so crazy. I don't know like what happened. Well, I don't know, just fashion, I guess. Like more and more K-pop stars might be getting tattoos or something, but
weren't they getting like fake tattoos and like putting in music videos or something?
I feel like, yeah, probably a lot of it started with fake ones, but I feel like a lot of them are getting real ones now.
Sure.
So that's changing it a lot, and then also just becoming just more mainstream. Like, I don't want to say I've done a lot of work for it, but I've definitely like blasted it all over like the foreigner side of things, which is getting more and more people to get tattooed on my end. So yeah, I don't know what changed besides like the music videos and showing more and more ads, like hats on. Do you know Jay Park?
Jay Park.
I mean, yeah, Jay Park. He's like a hip hop guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's the hats on guy, and he's covered in tattoos. He's actually from Seattle. He's a Korean American, and he's like on billboards and stuff in Korea, which is huge. So things are changing.
Yeah, so the taboo is definitely changing, and I think and one thing that we can at least credit to you is you being kind of this bridge between Korean tattoo artists that have like a legitimate artistry to the craft, and for people, especially in the foreign community, the expat community, who sometimes already have tattoos, they want more, or people who want to get something to kind of make a stamp in their life, and just merging the two, because it seems like you start to have this really interesting relationship with the tattoo artist, because you're basically sitting there and then just drilling in this thing that's going to be on you permanently.
Yeah.
And it's not like 5-10 minutes, it can take 4 hours. So
yeah, you definitely get bonded.
Yeah
Some of them can't speak a lot of English though, so bond with energy.
Yeah. So, are there some artists that are kind of known in terms of like they're kind of, I don't know if there's any way to be gentle, or some of them are known to be like heavy-handed.
Yeah, you don't want to go to a heavy-handed artist, which that's just an experience, I would think. So I don't send anybody to those kind of shops. But yeah, I don't know any heavy-handed ones because I don't deal with those guys.
Well,
beginner style.
In general, how many tattoo parlors or shops do you think there are in Korea right now?
Oh my god,
Like
I
just
have
like
no
an
idea.
estimate, like
I know
over
that
100, under 200.
No, more like thousands.
What?
Yeah.
No way. Really?
Well, there's thousands and thousands. I think just in Korea Tattoo Artists Association, there's about 3,000 artists that are part of that group.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Damn.
But I think there's probably like 300 shops just in Hongdae. I don't work with those. But the crazy thing is you don't see it. It's all underground. So like when you're walking down the street, you won't see like the neon light saying tattoo shop.
Yeah.
They're all like down in basements or in like houses that were made into studios, like are on like the top
Gotcha.
rooftop things. But yeah, you don't see them, but there are lots of tattoo artists. And a lot of them, probably half of them, are very inexperienced.
Right, and then most of them will make shop in their own place. They'll literally make their house into a studio.
Yeah, so when I first made my group, the reason why I've started networking with all the artists is do you remember when Facebook changed and it was like, you might know this person?
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden you might know this person, So I networked with like maybe 5 artists, and since they knew artists and I was following them, all of a sudden I was getting all these, you might know this artist in Korea. And I was following everyone. Yeah. I'm Pickles, whatever, like writing to them. A lot of them were like, we don't speak English, sorry, but I was just saying, hey, I'm making a group and I'm going to post your pictures for the foreigners here. And I was just posting pictures. It doesn't matter who it was. I had no idea who they were. I didn't know about their shops. I didn't know anything. I was just promoting the art.
Yeah.
And then I started going and checking out some of these shops. And I was like, oh, snap. No. You might be a really good tattoo artist, but this is not a good situation and
not sanitary.
So I'm dealing with a lot of military people.
Yeah.
And in Korea, it's illegal for them to get tattooed because it's illegal in the country. So a lot of them are doing something that's really job jeopardizing.
Yes.
So they're trusting me to send them to a place that they're not going to get some diseased or anything like that. So I had to change my group up a little bit. And actually I started going in and checking these shops out, making sure they're legit and that. So all my shops now, I'm only posting people that I've been to before and checking things out. So
that's awesome. So in the beginning, what you were doing, you were just basically networking and just kind of following, and just kind of spreading out what
showing that, wow, there's an industry here that no one knows about, and I'm just gonna blast everybody out on my page. And then at first, like, the foreigners could contact them direct. It was just tagging their name and posting some pictures. That's my page. I never thought it was gonna be a job or a business in the end. So
it just basically had a passion, and then now it's become kind of a job because you were doing it anyways, right?
I was doing it anyways, and I started getting so busy. Like, people I heard, like, were getting word of mouth kind of thing. Like, my friend just got a tattoo. Can you help me get a tattoo? And I was just like, oh my god, I'm already like busy with social media and working as a teacher, and like I had no time. And then I just changed it up. I contacted the artist and like, hey, I'll send you guys people, but I need to get paid.
The broker.
And I'll do all your promotions and like blasting you all over internet and like getting you more Instagram followers, and it just kind of turned into that.
Right. So speaking of social media, so let's talk about that for a little bit. You know, I think how I was first introduced to you was basically through Periscope.
Yeah.
Right, and Periscope, for people who don't know, can you let people know what Periscope is and what it's like?
If you guys aren't on Periscope, it's a live streaming app owned by Twitter. It just turned a year or 2 months ago.
It's a baby.
It's
Happy
just a
first
baby.
Year.
Yeah.
Wow, only 1 year.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Actually, a year and 2 months, but
it's already walking.
Yeah, everybody thought it was the first live streaming app out there, but actually there was Meerkat before that, and then there was Hangwith is where I started 5 years ago, live streaming, which I thought everybody knew about Hangwith when I was on Hangwith, but guess not. But yeah, live streaming app, Periscope, it's pretty cool. You guys can go live directly off of your mobile, and you get put onto a map. You can search people all over the world that are streaming live, and yeah, it's cool. It's the and this is where I met Wilfred.
Yeah.
Because we were the only ones. We're the OGs of Korea.
Yeah. I would. Yeah.
Me,
I think
you,
so.
and Oli.
Oli.
Yeah, and then
Oli.
now the note. Someone got the memo, and it's like a bunch of Russian girls and a bunch of people that are not the OGs anymore.
Yeah. There are a lot of Russians, especially like Korean Russians too.
Yeah. So it's definitely become more popular in Korea.
Which is good. That's great to see.
Mm-hmm.
And so speaking of before, you were talking about Periscope. There was Meerkat, and you also used to hang with and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How many different social media apps are you involved with right now? Are there more than tattoos? Like you have like.
Yeah, I'm really busy with social media. But my main apps that I use are like the basic ones: Instagram, Twitter, Periscope.
Snapchat.
I am really into Snapchat right now.
Why? What's so great about it?
I feel like it's just, it's just awesome. It's just awesome. It's a good way. Like I've been doing live streaming, like I said, for 5 years. So live streaming, for example, I'm going to a palace. I can sit there and broadcast a palace for 30 minutes, and it's cool. But people will get tired of that, and it's like 30 minutes. Like people will come in and out and see it, but it's not like, I don't know. It's just like a lot of time and a lot of talking. But on Snapchat, I can do the palace in 3 snaps in 30 seconds, and you guys can see all the good stuff in 30 seconds, and I can make it into a story and like be able to edit it and add filters and like make it into like kind of like a fun thing. So I'm actually enjoying doing Snapchat right now, and it's a great way to do promo for your other social medias, which I'm known for, like tying in all my social medias together. So
okay, so that's great. So the thing with Snapchat also is that it has the filters, which makes it really super fun. Yeah, they always change it up periodically and just do some really great stuff. And so you always do make some narratives in it, and then you kind of use that to promote all the other social media things that you do, right?
Right.
And the newest ones that are out right now was like Busker.
Yeah, Busker's a new live streaming app. So these are the apps I've been using: is Snapchat, Twitter, Periscope, Busker, Blab, and Instagram. Facebook Live. But I haven't really been doing Facebook Live, but because the whole Facebook Live thing, you can go live in groups now, which is a game changer, because I'm an administrator for the tattoo group and also another group called Korea's Awesome, and it's like events and things in Korea.
That's great. So you can actually be live in your own groups.
Anybody in the groups can go live. So I have 7,000 members in my group, 7 or 8,000. So any of those people can go live, which is kind of scary because it's my group and anybody can go live. But
it's like, I'm live.
Oh, here's my dick.
Like it was.
I'm so scared. So I've been like telling.
So scared of dicks too. Trust me.
I've been like telling people, if they do want to go live, please ask me first. I do want like people that are getting tattooed in Korea to go live while they're there. Because that'd be cool to get to see other shops around Korea that I haven't made it to, and then like kind of they could do a shop interview or shop review, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And then I have the tattoo show on Periscope, which we can totally do in the Korea industry. I mean the Korea community. So I've been asking people if they have a tattoo in Korea. If you guys want to tell the story, you can go live in Korea because it's just more content. So that's freaking awesome that you can go live on groups, and no one knows about it. You know, like all the buy and sell places, like those groups in Korea, we could be having a garage sale right now and go live and be like, this is what's left, guys, come on over.
But it's gonna start being like back in the old school days, you were watching a commercial with this guy, like he's a car salesman. You can buy all these cars in front of me. Just come right now over
come on
here.
down to Haebanchan before 4 o'clock and you can get these shoes for $7.
I'm leaving these keys inside the car itself. You just come right in. That would be great though, right?
Yeah.
I think we definitely do need some like real time experience. And one of the most amazing things I always find with Periscope is just the experience of just time, in the sense that, you know, we are in Korea and someone from Australia or Europe or Canada or the States are watching, and despite the time differences, we're all sharing that moment, which is now, which is so great, because it's kind of hard to share an experience like that, you know, with any other social media platform. You know, whether it's Facebook, it's just typing, but that's a completely different way to interact. And I do feel like it's becoming more social again.
Yeah.
You know, people are saying, oh, you know, Facebook is becoming antisocial. Yeah, more or less. But
Live is definitely helping the world right now.
And so how do you feel when you do that? I mean, in the sense that you seem always yourself, you seem comfortable. The first time you did it, were you just like, hi everybody? Like, do you remember your first experiences doing that?
Yeah, I remember my first broadcast. I was actually driving.
Because it's much more safer than texting.
If you guys, in the end, it is kind of, at least you're like looking.
At yourself.
If you guys are going to live stream, definitely don't snap and drive. Don't broadcast live. Don't do anything while you're driving. It's very unsafe. There's a lot of people that are losing their life because of it. But yeah, I was driving and I went live for the first time, and it was Hang With, and it was brand new, and I didn't have that many people come on, and I wasn't nervous, but I was just kind of like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, I think I might have been more nervous like the first time I encountered a troll. Which troll, if you guys don't know, are people that just suck.
Yeah.
And they come in, they try to ruin your day by saying something really hurtful or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I had to like deal with the trolls at the beginning, but at the end, I now very quickly learned that I can actually make comedy. I can do fun things with it and turn the troll thing into something fun for everybody else and not let it ruin anything.
And how do you do that? What's like a best way to confront a troll? In your experiences?
Like, I've done some funny things with trolls. I always describe my trolls in my block list, because Periscope say you can block people, and that goes into, like, this thing where you can check out how many people you've blocked, and, like, I have thousands of people that I blocked, but I usually let them know that they're about to go into, like, this room with a bunch of horny guys and a bunch of guys that, like, suck, and I usually, like, you know, you can hold it so they know that you do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'll let them know about what they're about to experience, which is a bunch of guys sitting around in a room with no doors and windows, and tell them that they like
that's a perfect description.
Bread and water, and so they get locked up. They get locked up in this room and with a bunch of guys that did the same thing as so they can like talk about why they're in there, and I asked her to open Bob's, and all sad and depressing and not fun, and they won't be able to see fun things anymore. So yeah, usually I do something like that, but then I've also taken it to another level on Periscope. Open Bob's is like the thing that
Open Bob's, yes.
Open Bob's. So Open Bob's is like show boobs, but in a very foreign way, because people don't know. I guess it's kind of a trend now, but before it was like when autocorrect changed boobs to Bob's, and I don't even know, but it was Open Bob's. Mm-hmm. So I actually had something prepared one day that I knew that there's a lot of people waking up in Turkey, because usually that's where the Bobs come from. So I actually took my Halloween kit out.
Yes. Keep going.
And I put fake blood all over underneath my shirt.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys think about it, opening boobs, like, why would you want to open your boobs, right?
How does one open a bob?
Yeah, how do you open a bob? So I did like a pre-setup of an open bob surgery. Mm. So under my shirt I had like a sports bra on, and just blood everywhere, like all down my shirt. So I was like sitting there talking, just like ready for this whole like skit. And next to me, which you couldn't see in the thing, was scissors, knives, like all this stuff, and a face mask. And like all this stuff. So a bunch of people came in and open Bob's. I was like, oh, you want to open Bob's? All right. And then I just took my little camera thing. I laid down on my bed. I started cutting my shirt open and just like opening it. It's like blood everywhere. I was like, is this what you want? You want to open Bob's? And all my followers were like dying laughing.
What about those other guys who are like, I feel so weird about this right now. I said, but Bob's, but specifically, not like this.
This is not open Bob's. It was kind of funny. The best part of it was my roommate wasn't home before I walked in. Okay. And then I heard my door knock, and I screamed, come in. And it was my roommate's friend. My roommate wasn't with them, and they looked in, and I was laying on my bed with fake blood all over me with a surgical mask and knives and stuff all laying on my bed. Like, hi, I'm YoPickles. Nice to meet you. Can you shut my door?
Hey, welcome to my tattoo parlor shop.
So, yeah, that was a fun one. That was hilarious. And then I also did there's also open breast or show breast. I'm pretty sure. So I have.
I think I've typed it in Google.
A butterflied frozen chicken breast in my freezer.
Oh.
And I had that down my shirt. So when I said show, it was in a package.
Yeah, but it must have been cold.
Freezing.
Yeah.
They said open breast, and I had this chicken breast to show, which was kind of funny. So yeah, I take trolls and I make it fun.
Yeah.
And entertaining at the same time, but very awkwardly.
Yeah, I think that's great because you find a great way to just turn that negative into positive. And if anything, your true followers are like, they really appreciate that more. And I think that kind of helps because it helps you moderate and it helps you attract the people that you want, the people that you tend to have like a really good positive group of people.
I do.
You.
Yeah, my following is a huge positive group because of my mob that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started this thing called the YoPickles Positive Flash Heart Mob. Heart Mob Flash, whatever you want to call it. I call it like 10 different names. But it's pretty much spreading positivity and love through Periscope with just the simple share button on the app, which is awesome. So usually I go live and say, let's flash mob people. And then all my flash mob peeps and pickle patrol people come in, and then we go into people's broadcasts randomly, and we flash mob them with lots of love and hearts and positive comments, and we make people's day.
So how did you come up with that concept in the beginning?
It's actually back to the trolls. Do you know the story?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so during the whole beginning stages of Periscope, when everybody was coming in and there's trolls everywhere, like show side boob and like all this stupid stuff, like guys just disrespecting, I was like, you guys, we're gonna start something. We're gonna go into guys broadcast as a group, and we're gonna go and flip the roles and do it reversed. So I had like 200 people go into some the first one was so funny. So I just like went live and I said, we're doing this reverse thing.
Okay.
And then I went and found some guys broadcasting, and I brought everybody in, and everybody just was writing what they would write to girls but to guys. So
show docs.
Show dick, show balls, show side balls, show like...
Side balls, that would be amazing. And the guy's like, is this what you people really want? Then I'll do it. Let me just change it to my Nike shorts.
We were just trying to like give a guy a taste of the unreality, but the guy that we did it to, I feel so bad. I wish I knew his name. He was like, I'm not that kind of guy, guys. Like, stop.
I'm not even getting paid for this.
I'm sorry. Like, I really love girls. You know, like being all like, I'm sorry. Okay, guys, let's get out of here. Hurry, come back to me. So we started it like that, and then I was like, wow, that was really cool. We just had 200 people go into this room.
Yeah.
The guy freaked out when we first went in there, like, whoa, where are you guys coming from? And it was, like, really cool. And I was like, let's try it in a positive thing. Let's do it where we go around. I was looking for, like, titles that were, like, a little bit, like, down or sad, or someone that's new to Periscope. You can tell by the heart count or their viewer counts. And we just went in and was just like, hope you're having a good day. You look beautiful. Keep singing. You're great. Like, just anything positive. And that's where it started.
That's great. So sometimes just out of that negative situation, the first guy just felt bad for like because he really was pressured into almost showing his side balls.
No, he wasn't. He was just like, dude, stop! I promise I don't do that. Oh, I felt so bad after that. I was like, I'm sorry. Okay, everybody, let's get out of here.
So out of that experience and like doing the Flash Heart Mob, it kind of almost sounds like a natural progression into doing Blab's Got Talent too, right? Because for people who don't know, like Blab's Got Talent or just Blab in general, right? It's kind of like Periscope meets Skype in a sense where you have 4 screens like Brady Bunch style, and you can all talk. You can join in. You can make a conversation theme, and people join in and have the conversation. But you decide to have like a show for it, right?
Yeah, actually, the whole Blab thing. It was when Blab first started. I heard about it like a couple months before. Everybody's like, "We're on Blab. We're doing a meeting on Blab," and I'm just like, "Oh, another live streaming app? No, I'm not even gonna try it." And like I tried it one day, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And just like my mind was just like going crazy, like MTV rap battles. Oh, some kind of battles. We need to do battles like bands or something. Like there's like 4 boxes, and during that time there was only people doing talking. There was no show. Well, actually, I think there might be some talent shows, but they're not doing it anymore because of Blab's Got Talent. But
oh snap!
I didn't really research it. I went live. I saw what I could do with it, and then I went back on Periscope and was like, "Who has a talent? Come over to Blab.
Yeah.
.im, and Blab's Got Talent is starting right now." And that was the first episode of Blab's Got Talent. Was my first day on Blab, and since then I've got a really big following on there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the app is still in beta, which is really sad. There's a lot of things that they need to work on. which
Let's check it out here.
is this a pre-recorded one? I wonder if they have any of mine.
Yeah,
I never seen it from this angle.
So this is basically blab.im. And
Blab.im.
you can give it a try. And then boom. And, well, they definitely improved a lot since
Whoa,
they
what is
first came here.
this? Is this your page?
No, this is like, I haven't used it for a while. It wants me to invite my friends, but I just don't want
Can
to.
you just make it go to the next page? Or maybe you have to?
I must invite friends.
Oh, because
Okay,
you're opening
anyways.
it through
Ugh.
Facebook.
Yes.
But yeah, Blab is really cool. It's really good for conversations. If you guys ever want to have like a meeting, or if you have like a topic you want to discuss, it's really great for that. But yeah, or you can do a show like mine. I think there's not too many shows that were successful on there, but Blab's Got Talent has definitely been successful. I've racked up like 75,000 followers around there, which is crazy. But the sad thing is that Blab is like needs to get their crap together because like the features are there, but none of the features are working. So say this Sunday is my talent show.
Yeah.
And usually when you /notify, you can get all your followers into the Blab, but that's turned off. So on my talent show, yeah, it's not working. So like I have all these people writing to me and saying, "Hey, I didn't know you were live on
That's too
Blab,"
bad.
and I'm like, "Well, dang, that sucks because I'm doing so much work for this show and no one's getting it." So they do need to work on some things, especially when you're trying to bring a big crowd in, like a talent show. So Blab is cool but just keep in your mind that there's some things that need to be changing.
So for every basically social media outlet that you use it for completely different ways.
Yeah, I use them for completely different ways, but then I tie them all together. So I'll find my my talent for my talent show on Periscope and bring them over to Blab.
Sure.
And then I find people also for my tattoo show. I use it within the app. I'll find people that are broadcasting about tattoos, or even there's a search button that you can search people with interests on Periscope. So I just put in tattoos, and I followed all those people. So I actually have had those people.
Oh goodness! Should we check one of these out right now?
Yeah, we'll show
Okay.
Blab.
Okay, so this is Blab. This is gonna be a really quick rundown. So on the left over here, this is people that I follow, and on the browse, you can see these are all the channels that are actually happening right now. So here you can see YoPickles,
These are my
Blab's Got
Sunday
Talent,
show.
Battle Runs, come vote your favorite thing. You can like do a scheduled one that people could come check out. Should we check? Oh, this is a replay, but girls, Tinder hookup tonight with the North Korean dictator Kim Jong something.
So these people, I know these people. Sriracha Dragon is a puppet. He was on my talent show last season, and Victor Wan is someone that just is always on Blab. I met him on Periscope. Actually, he was the first person I Periscoped and Skyped before. I did like this thing like I want to meet who's watching me. So I was like, everybody, you get like a few minutes, and I'm going to Skype you. We're going to talk. And Victor was one of the first people that ever called me, which was quite interesting because I feel like we became friends instantly.
Really? You just kind of hit it off?
Yeah, he was shirtless, and it was really weird and awkward. And I was like, "Oh my god, are you naked? This is really weird." Because all these people were watching, and he's like, "No, it's just really hot in LA." And I was like, "Oh my god, you're shirtless." And now he's shirtless Victor on Blab. Like he's known to just be this Korean guy, or actually he's Taiwan. But
that's so great.
Shout out to you, Victor, if you're watching. You rock.
That's so great. So I have a couple of questions I want to ask you over here. I think we're fine though, because we have the green thing here. But we talked about what your life was like before you guys had tours and doing the Orlando thing. What advice would you give yourself 10 years ago?
10 years ago, I would have told myself to travel more, and not be scared of not trying things, like maybe thinking too much.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like not on there. And yeah, just travel more. Even though 10 years ago is when I started traveling, I think in my mind I would have been like, travel more, like go and get the visa. There's working visas in every country that you guys can get when you're under 30. So go and try to get a working visa and go live in another country for a year, like that kind of stuff. So I would have told myself to a little bit more adventurous, I guess.
More of a vagabond.
Yeah, like there's so many. Even Korea, you guys can get a working visa for if you're under 30 for a year, and then you can just pop around and work at all these different countries and just it was game changing for me in my life. So traveling, I would have definitely told myself to travel more and maybe use Twitter more. I never used Twitter at the beginning, but if I did, it would have been something totally different in my life right now. So Twitter and using the social media stuff more.
Great. So so that was the advice you would give yourself, 10 years ago. So what do you feel now is becoming like your ultimate destination, your ultimate, journey that you want to go at the end? Like what are you striving to do?
I want to continue doing what I do with social media and traveling, but doing stuff with the tattoo industry and keep growing that. Mm-hmm. So I'm heading to Australia next to explore the industry there and network with the artists there, and then somehow connect all my stuff that I have and make something out of that. So if it's me setting up tours for Asian artists or Korean artists anywhere, Japan, anywhere in Asia, for them to come to America, for them to go to Australia, setting up like guest work for them, getting them customers, and then doing more travel and social media.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. And then getting paid for it would be nice.
Yeah, I mean...
Monetizing,
baby.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty awesome considering that the last time that you left Korea was you were basically doing kind of like a road trip. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, it was 4 tattoos though. I just skipped that.
What?
It was 4 tattoos. I was gonna be my road trip plan was to drive around America to like check out the shops in America,
right,
and go around and network with the artists in America to do the Korea thing. But I changed my plan, and I went to Australia first and did Australia, Korea, and then America will be next, but I'm not sure when.
So what was how was Australia like when you went there?
It was good. I didn't get enough.
It's the first time?
It was my first time, yeah. I was there for a month, and I definitely didn't get enough. The last week and a half, I was in Melbourne, and I was there for a tattoo convention with Dr. Pickles, which, do I have Dr. Pickles on me? No, it's in my bag. Anyways, I have a tattoo cream called Dr. Pickles. It's not mine, but it's from Australia. So the reason why I wanted to go to Australia is to meet Dr. Pickles' crew, since I'm their distributor for Asia. It's that one.
Okay.
70 people though. That's probably not the right one, but maybe. Wait, what? 70? Oh,
I've been here.
Just kidding. But yeah, that's why I went there. I got to meet a lot of really cool tattoo artists, and it just opened my eyes to the amazing artists in Australia. So I want to kind of go and network with the Dr. Pickles. Network with the artists there and do some stuff with Dr. Pickles in Australia.
That's great, and it's just basically like destiny has met with you and Dr. Pickles.
Yeah. One of my followers on Periscope actually wrote me and was like, are you, like, he sent me like a thing like that, are you part of like Dr. Pickles? And I was like, what's Dr. Pickles? He's like, it's a tattoo bomb from Australia. And I was like, what? No way. So I contacted them and I was like, hey, I'm YoPickles. I'm in Korea and I work with all the tattoo artists here and I feel like we need to do something together. And they were so down. So this video is actually a tattoo artist in Korea.
Yeah.
Buying 90 of them, and we had to do a little video because it was funny. It felt like a drug dealer.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, yeah.
Oh, so now they're selling it.
I have about 20 shops basically in Korea selling Dr. Pickles. And they let me take over their channel doing the live. This was a live stream.
Well, that's great. That's a great idea to do as well.
Yeah, that's what no one knows about Facebook. There's so many ways that you can use live streaming on Facebook now. So set up a page if you guys are someone that wants to promote your business or anything. If you can go live or any of these. So my goal when I go to Australia is actually go around and network with these artists and actually ask them, do you know how to use social media beyond Instagram? Tattoo artists only use Instagram and like Pinterest, but they can do so much with live. Like every day they have new customers coming in with new tattoos, new content, new stories, like, but they just don't know anything about live. So I'm hoping to teach them, and maybe if they can't do it or if they're too busy, they let me take it over and I do it for them, and that will be like a little job on the side.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's so great because basically what you're doing, it's basically like pioneering in terms of doing like live streaming and stuff. People, even though there's so many different outlets available, people don't really know, let alone how to utilize it properly. So it's I mean, it's pretty awesome considering how much of an entrepreneur you are. You know, just doing these type of things, and then naturally because you love doing it.
Yeah, I never really see it like that, but it just happens.
Yeah.
Like, I just make things out of what I do. I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird. Like, I've never had trouble. Like, people, like, even when I came to Korea, I was like, oh my god, I'm moving across the world. But it's like going from my past before I came to Korea.
Mm-hmm.
I worked in television production, and like I would just make it happen. I don't know. So I don't know. Yeah, passion. I guess if you're passionate about something, you can make it happen if you're into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Even before social, or I guess before live streaming and stuff, were you always considered a type of social butterfly?
Yes.
Kind of going around. So it's already...
If my mom's watching, she'd be laughing right now. Before there was like even phones or anything, like I would find out something in my neighborhood, say someone's dog just got hit by a car, say that's like really fucked up, but like I would actually run from door to door to door to door and let everybody know about this. Like I was like
You were like Twitter.
I was Twitter on foot.
Yes.
Yeah. So even that was like back when I was a little kid though, like I was always the one that was like telling everybody stuff and like running around and just being like, hey, hi, can I hang out with you? Yeah, so
there's a dog that died. Can we just come out?
Can we come by? Yeah.
If you know where sessions in the backyard, and we're gonna do.
So yeah, a lot of my neighbors in my old neighborhood, they're all on Facebook now, and like it's weird to like have them see like me as I grow up and be like, yeah, that's her.
So when you were young, what did you want to be when you grew up? Do you have any idea?
I think when I was really young, I wanted to do something with animals. And then I wanted to be a paramedic, which is fitting, I think, because it's all about helping people. Yeah. And then that changed one day when I drove past an accident and I saw some things and I was like, oh no, I can't do that. Yeah, and then, I don't know, I think after that it was just like, I don't know, just floating around like, I don't know what I want to do. But
just
yeah,
mostly helping people out.
Yeah, and then I guess the TV production stuff is like in the last 7 years. That was like, oh, I want to do that. I want to work in TV, not like being in front of the camera, but working behind the scenes. That was like so fun, and I think it's because like I have high energy and like running around and being really really busy for 17 hours straight. I like that.
So you always love being busy. You like to be
I like
productive.
busy and productive, yeah. And one of my jobs, actually, I worked for MTV as a recruiter for, do you guys know World's Strictest Parents? That show?
I think it's like World Star Hip Hop.
No, World's Strictest
I made all those video recordings.
World's
Somehow I always
Parents.
made it to all these fights. I don't know how, but these people started finding
No, World's Strictest Parents, my job was to actually go around and find the kids that could be on that show. So my job was to find the rebels, the kids that were skipping school. Like, so I would drive around during school hours.
I used to watch that show all
It's
the
kind
time.
of like
It's
weird
so
if you
funny.
think about it. Like I was looking for kids, like in my car, like a creeper. But yeah, I would see little kids like walk out. They're smoking cigarettes. You can tell they're like,
hey, you want to be on a show?
Yeah, I would stop them and be like, and I think they hired me because I had the tattoos and then like my look was a little bit like cool, and like those kids wouldn't talk to someone that was like in a suit or like not cool looking, but they would
in a van.
Yeah. So my job was to just ask them if they wanted to be on MTV and then see if they were interested in being on the show, and then I got paid per person that would sign up. So I was a recruiter for MTV, yeah. It was pretty fun, but yeah, networking is always leading back to what I do, is talking to people and being social.
Yeah, and you're always pretty open in terms of like just approaching anybody, just like having a conversation.
Sometimes though, I'm a little bit like shy to start something. Not shy, but like, say like at the tattoo convention, you would think that I could just walk up and be like, hey, you know, but sometimes I feel like a little bit, especially when it's a big, huge tattoo guy and his freaking tattoos on he's a little intimidating, and it's just me like, hey, can I like live stream you right now? Like, I feel really awkward and shy sometimes walking up to some people, but usually I'm pretty good with being like, hi, I'm YoPickles, I do social media. I can like kind of up it a little bit and make myself feel better about like walking up to someone randomly.
Yeah.
So.
Which is so funny because I remember having some experiences where I would have lunch by myself and it feels so awkward because I'm just eating. I have a camera and people looking at me like, look at this loser just eating by himself, but they don't know have like 10, 15 people just eating out with me.
That's the good thing about live streaming. You're never alone. If you ever feel bored or you're alone, you just pop on. You always have people jump on with you, and you're never alone.
And all the lonely people are together alone, which is great.
Shout out to you guys.
Yes.
We love you.
Lonely Squad. # what? Okay, so, you seem to be always busy considering that you're always, managing all of these different social media things, and that's basically how you're, living the life to kind of, do that kind of lifestyle. So, what do you do on your free time when you have free time?
What's free time?
It's like when you sleep and take a shower.
I need to give myself more free time. I don't really give myself free time because I'm so busy.
Do you get agitated, anxiety if you feel like you're not doing nothing? Because for me, I feel like that sometimes. Like on the weekends, I would prefer to have something going on, whether it's like a show or like a podcast or something.
Yeah. So. I don't get anxiety, but I don't really have any time where I'm like, wow, I have nothing to do. I don't ever have that. So I need, actually this Thursday is a pretty big day because this Thursday on my schedule, I left it for me to go shopping.
Do you know what you're getting? But it's going to be live stream, right?
I'll probably do some Snapchats. I'll probably, I left it for me to get my stuff done because I do need to do some things, like go to the post office and actually do stuff. But yeah, I'm actually going to be getting those remotes and things that I need to get for other people. Right, so not really my free time.
It's kind of also interesting considering all of those things are not necessarily available everywhere in the States. But they're so common here that you can do good stuff with that.
That's awesome. I'm excited about this. These things, guys, are the things that we're talking about, just little gadgets and stuff that are in Korea that are great for streaming and you can just pop out on your phone. Yeah. And I made a YoPickles broadcasting kit that includes some of these little gadgets to make your broadcast better. So that's what I'm shopping for.
That's great.
I also get tattoos on my free time. But during my tattoos, I'm doing work.
But when you get tattoos, is it just a feeling, oh, I feel like getting a tattoo, or is it more premeditated, kind of you want to go to a specific place, a specific thing, or a bit of both?
As things are changing, times have changed. Before, maybe I thought about it a little bit more, but now it's what tattoo artist that I want to get tattooed by, and just find out when they can do it, and then just go whenever and let them do whatever they want.
Right.
I'm running out of space. I'm sorry, Mom. My mom?
Yeah, what's gonna happen at that moment when you run out of space?
I'm not gonna do my whole body.
No.
I say that now, but no, I can't. Well, I can, but I won't run out of space.
Between your toes and stuff?
No. I already have one between my toes.
Do you?
Yeah, look. I have tattoo webs. I mean, my toes are webs. So I got this little web one on my toes.
That's so cute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Little surgical web. Don't look at my try.
Sorry guys, we're looking at our feet right now.
We're having feet burn.
Open feet.
Ew, open web.
Open web toes. That's
I can't
great.
open them, they're web.
I can do kind of a thumbs up with mine. Thumbs up.
Oh, talented.
Like that. That's all I can do. So that's I'm gonna do another podcast. It's just the bottom half of our bodies, not just the top half.
Oh my god, it's so weird. People say that to show feet, show feet on Periscope, and I'm like,
I never get that how people could be so into feet. It's just feet.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I've been offered to.
Yeah, this is a great way to start it. I've been offered to.
I've been offered to get paid $200 to have somebody film my feet for 2 minutes.
2 minutes. You can make $100 per minute.
But then I have exposed my feet to somebody that's gonna do something gross to my feet, and then I'll never be able to sleep again because that's weird.
Because of morals and stuff.
Just weird. I don't want somebody doing something to their thing with my feet picture.
But as long as they're not doing it to your feet, in reality, right? That would be.
I hope my mom didn't watch all the way through this podcast, Mom.
Sorry, we just went to this really weird zone.
Hey, there's some weird people out there. I've had some weird requests.
Yeah, I would assume so because, especially guys never get requests like that at all. But there's a lot of, women who get like weird requests.
I actually know some girl during the sex bot days of Periscope when all the sex bots came in.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my god, they're after me. Every time I would delete them, more would come, and I'm like, they know. I feel like I was the one that was like getting the most targeted. So then I was just like, every time I saw any, I would just like start blocking them and deleting them. And then this girl came in, and she's like, don't block me. I'm not a sex bot, but I am a sex phone operator, and I do work in this industry, but I'm not. I really like you, and I like watching you. And I was like, wait a second, are you really? 1-900 whatever, and I was like, prove it. Let me call you on Skype. That was probably the best broadcast ever because I was so scared. I know I might look like a badass, but actually I'm like I was so nervous to call a phone sex operator because I was like, I want you to seduce me, see if it works. Oh, I was so scared because I was like, what if it's really going to work and I have like 100 people watching me and like, is she really going to make me hot and steamy? I was like so scared. But I called her and it was awesome. And she's now my really good friend. And I saw her in Las Vegas, and she's really cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we asked her questions like, what are the weird things that guys ask for? Because that's her job, like to do these things for these guys. Yeah. And she said one of them was this guy wanted her to just sneeze for 5 minutes. Damn. Sexy sneeze, like I don't know if that's sexy, but I was like, really? So we had like this sneeze off, like. It was so weird. It was the best.
Sneeze off. That's great.
So we would have her like, "Hey, show us how it's done," and like, it's just her like sneezing, like fake sneezing, and I was like, I think I can be a 1-900 phone operator for sneezers because I think I got my sneeze down.
What if someone's really into pickles and they just like?
She makes so much money for doing these weird things. This guy was like. Actually, she said what was the weirdest thing was the sneezing thing, and then the other thing was the guy said that he was going to kill himself if she hung up. So she slept with the phone facing her for like the whole night, and he paid per minute.
Wow.
It was like $2,500 or something crazy just to have somebody. It was really sad. This guy was just super lonely, just to have somebody in the room with him. And
he was really into sneezing.
That was not the same guy.
That's a different guy. Yeah. Okay.
That's weird stuff. People are weird. Humans are weird, guys. If you're a weird person, shout outs to you.
But by weird, we just mean guys. Most like it's usually guys who have these really weird fetishes. It's like, I guess women do tend to have it, but it's always the guys.
What's girl fetishes?
Exactly, but like some probably do, but I feel like it's been predicated or it's been motivated by guys who are into fetishes. Like kind of distill it onto a girl. And then it creates like this new level, this new standard for them, So it's kind of a weird thing.
I do have a fetish for pickles, though.
Yeah, ever since.
Just to eat them, though, guys. Not to do anything weird with them. Just I like to eat pickles.
Yeah.
And I haven't had one in a long time, and it's very sad.
I don't think that would be considered a fetish, though, right? It's just like.
But people think I like them a lot more than I do. I do love pickles, and I like to eat them, and if I was to order a sub, I would say extra pickles. But I think the fact that everything that I do with social media, my names, everything is a pickle, people just think that I'm, like, super obsessed.
Sure.
But it's just the name. Pickles is like a name. Just like there's dog named Pickles. I know a few dogs named Pickles.
That's great. Not that there's anything wrong with that either.
Yeah. It's just the name. At least my name's not Sausage.
Yo, Sausage. Remember when someone's like trying to be super inspired by YoPickles? Like, I want to be one like Yo Sausage. It's like this one dude. It's just like hanging out.
Sad.
Just like pictures of sausages everywhere. I should do that next time on the Periscope. I'll just be like, Yo Sausage. Like, hashtag Yo Sausage.
Oh my god, that could be a good promo for this.
We should
I
do a
got
parody.
so inspired by YoPickles that I decided to do Yo Sausage. You should go check out my new YouTube link.
Yeah.
There you go.
Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, get me all on Yo Sausage, yo.
There's some really funny names in the Yo Army.
Yeah?
Yeah, because people would just add the Yo to their names, but there's some, like, screen names that are already hilarious by themselves, but when you add a Yo, it's like a whole new thing.
Yeah. That's so great.
Yeah. Cool story.
Yeah, speaking of cool stories, I remember once, lunchtime on my break after caricature, I would just do like a, kind of like a mukbang. Basically, anytime I eat, I would just sit down, like, hey, let's just talk about career or anything, whatever. And then somehow it started evolving. It always evolves into something else, right? So I started doing that, and then started going into poop talk. Because somehow people are like,
likes poop.
Like, did you poop? Like, no, I didn't poop yet. Or how was your poop after burrito?
I think I've seen that before, yeah.
Yeah, and then we started talking, and then it became this thing where I tell people to share with me their best poop story. Because everyone has a good poop story. You know, like, whether it's them directly or their, siblings or a friend of a friend happened to them.
A good one or a terrible one?
A good one is always a terrible one, right? The more devastating.
I have one, but I can't talk about it because the person probably will watch this, and it's really awkward.
There's like 1,000 people right now just really worried it's probably them. Could it be me? Know so many people?
If they know I'm talking about it right now, they know it's them.
That's so funny because that person right now is like, oh, Jesus, please don't.
I won't say it.
No, but I remember there's one story where, I forget his name, but he had one of the best stories I still remember. He says, I remember when I was a kid, I was playing in the playground, and this one kid, he was on the top of the slide, and while he slid down, he pooped while sliding down, and immediately after that, the kid behind him just went down and he slid on the poop-covered slide, and that kid's parents got so upset, they tried to sue the first kid's parents for doing that. Yeah, they had a huge teacher's parent meeting with them. And the parents like, no.
How can I
you can't
control my son's butthole?
And it's your other kid's fault for just sliding down, and we should have just waited or just go on the merry-go-round or the swings. Yeah. So that's always great.
Good story.
Yeah. It happens. That's all it's about, right? It's all about stories. Oh.
We just got some peeps. Who is that?
Blazin', Arizona.
What's up?
What's up from Blazin', Arizona, 420. Okay, what is a book or something that you've gifted the most to other people?
Funny that you ask. There's a book that actually, I'm not a big book reader, but during a really terrible breakup, my sister recommended me to read this book called Mastery of Love. Mm-hmm. Mastery of Love is a self-help book, but it's definitely one of those books you want to check out and read once a year for making yourself a better person. It's all about having to love yourself before you can love others. So if you don't love yourself, you'll never make it in any relationship, or you will, but it will just be a problem relationship. So it's kind of like one of those books that just puts you in a different mind frame. That's why I always recommend doing it every year. But I've gifted that book out to a lot of people that went through a breakup or going through a hard time in their life, or just there's so much in that book that can help anyone. Mm-hmm. So that would be the book that I would recommend for sure. It's called Mastery of Love, and it's just really cool and breaks things down really easy. It's an easy read. I don't read, and it was an easy read. So
what was the most insightful thing that you got out of that book?
Just that, loving yourself before loving others. That makes so much sense. When you read that, how can you love somebody else if you don't even understand what love is? So you have to love yourself first, and sure. Then you can use it on other people. Something like that.
Kind of makes sense. And
I need to read the book again, actually. I'm 2 years needing to read it, so.
Right. But it kind of makes sense, too, in the sense that, when you're doing live streaming, you project that kind of, charisma into it, and people kind of feel that out. So.
Yeah. It's a good book. Definitely check it out.
Awesome. Okay. And one last question before we finish is, if you could have a billboard on Times Square in New York, what would you put on it? What would it say?
If it was right now?
Yeah.
If I was to make something and I had 20 minutes to make it?
Yeah.
It would be to stay tuned this Sunday to Blab's Got Talent.
Oh, Jesus!
Because Blab's notifications aren't working. So, so I would definitely say to tune in this Sunday to vote for your favorite on Blab's Got Talent. And vote your favorite through on the billboard all over New York City.
Boom! How about that? Right there. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. This is in Korea, by the way.
Yeah, it's 5 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, or at 9 o'clock in the morning here in South Korea.
And a lot of people have subscribed.
No.
Isn't
that's
that great?
Not a lot.
It's
42 not? People? No.
Oh, it's a lot to me.
It is? Oh. No, but 42 people is not a lot when I spend hours and hours a day doing this out of free. So, yeah, if I had... Actually, I messed up a time, and I had to delete my first one, which had 60 people on
Oh.
it. Yeah, so this is just, yeah.
So let's say there was originally 100 people, roughly.
That would have been a good start. But the best is if their stupid notifications would work and I could / notify and it would tell 72,000 people to come in. That would be epic.
Yeah, that would be epic.
But it would also probably break Blab, so that's probably why they turned it off.
They would probably just be... They'll literally make that sound, Blab.
I wrote to...
Some guy and, alone, he's just getting turned on by that sound right now. So.
Gross.
So Blab's Got Talent, right? It's this Sunday.
This Sunday. It's just the semifinals.
States,
This is the
probably.
in the States. This is the battle rounds, which is really fun. So we have 7 rounds. There's 1 round with 3 guys that are going to be doing guitar battles, which is going to be freaking awesome. But the rest of them, we have impressionists, and we have singers, guitar, and we have under 18 category, which the boys,
nice.
He's 14, and he's like the badass beatboxer. He's amazing.
Cool.
Just to watch him do what he does. So he's actually teaming up against my little cousin. So.
Oh, what you gonna do?
I hope everybody wins.
But there can only be one.
I can't do anything because this is the voting show, so I'm just there to put the show on, and it's up to them who they bring in to vote for them.
That's great.
So that's why I need people in here, because it really, really, really is important for people to come in and vote. So if you guys want to come by this Sunday, it'd be a great thing.
Do you have any talents that you would like to present on Blab's Got Talent? If you had to compete, what would it be?
My talents are really weird.
Okay.
I can balance things on my nose.
You can balance things? Like a pen or something?
Like, it has to be kind of heavy. Like, at that Coyote Ugly bar, I think the reason why I got hired is because I balanced a bottle on my nose and I flipped it down and I could pour a drink.
Wow.
So, yeah, I can balance anything that's semi-heavy, brooms, baseball bats, like that kind of stuff, bottles on my nose for a pretty long time.
Damn.
Because look at my nose. It's freaking like a chair. It has like a little...
No, it's like a...
You're staring at it. I can see you staring at it in there.
I'm looking at you right now.
And look, it moves when I talk, which is another freaking talent. I think I can move my nose when I talk.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. So, Blab's Got Talent, check it out. She's gonna put a broomstick on her nose, and she's gonna get all the votes.
No. I don't
She's
really
like,
have
I'm
talent.
organizing these things, but let you guys know that...
People
check
always
this out
ask
right
me
now.
that because, when you do see a talent show, usually it's people in the music industry that are putting on the show and producing the show. But people will ask me, like, well, what is your talent, YoPickles? And I'm like, my talent is to put on this production right now, okay? Just shut your pie hole.
Yeah, that's a talent itself to get people
To bring
together.
people in, and, like, the whole show is all about the contestants and promoting themselves using their talent to my community, which it's just me being kind enough to share my community.
Absolutely.
So it's not about me growing. I have enough followers. It's more for helping people to grow themselves.
So in this point, you kind of feel satisfied with what you have, and
Yeah.
you're just basically just kind of...
Oh, well,
sharing the
yeah,
love.
well...
Well, because you're like,
we all grow
46.
together.
Yeah.
No, but that's for Blab, for my talent show. Actually, it's not very good. I had more people my first show, season 1, when the notifications did work. I have 400 people watching.
Whoa.
And like the last few seasons, which I've upped my game, we have like a show opener. Can I show the show opener? Can you go to my previous? I actually not hired, but like I paid for it would be on Blab.
Okay.
And you just go to the scheduled shows that we saw. Remember, you're like, hey, that's you.
Right.
Actually, no, replay show. Actually, if you just go to YoPickles,
YoPickles.
you get to put them together, though. Oh, there you go. Never mind. And then you can go to replay, which if you go to this one, you can see the beginning of my show, which is just a few minutes. But I've upped my game a little bit. So it's like I want to show people the fun.
Should we check the beginning of this?
Yep, it's just at the beginning. Here, the coffee shop.
Oh, that's so great. Oh my god! So intense! Whoa! Like a outer space theme in the back of us. Oh my god! It's Blab Oil! Owl! An owl said an oil. Same thing. It's like, there's you in the background.
Yeah. So this opener will change. This is my co-host. So next show, the finale will be like the contestants in the background.
Pop sockets.
Yes.
Cool.
So yeah. I laughed at that.
Awesome covering this right here, guys. You guys like that? Welcome. Yeah.
Isn't that the greatest opening? I'm like,
It's like so epic. Yeah. What's up, guys?
And I have a mistake because it's season 4.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, everyone, you can definitely check it out. Just go to blab.im. You could just type in YoPickles. It can be together or separate. And definitely stay tuned to check out, the upcoming season 4 of Blab's Got Talent.
Yeah. If you guys are on your computer, though, make sure you watch it off of Chrome. It doesn't work very well on the Safari or Firefox, so definitely download Chrome. It will work the best. And if you're on your phone, it's a totally different system when you're on your phone versus looking at it this way. So
cool. And can you let everyone know? I'll put it on YouTube later, but can you let people know about where they can find you?
Yeah, you can find most of my stuff just on YoPickles.com.
Okay.
That will have all the links and everything. But if you want the things that are not on there, so you can have like everything is up on top. But the thing that's not on there is my Snapchat, which if you guys want to check me out on Snapchat, it's where you'll see me the most these days.
Right.
And that is just I Eat Pickles 1111.
I Eat Pickles 1111.
I Eat Pickles 1111. Yeah.
That's so great. And these are.
Oh my god, this video with Liz.
Can we I saw
So
this a while
funny.
ago, and I think it's hilarious. I love Liz's laugh.
Yeah, she actually thought my chin looked like. What's her name? Susan Boyle. That moment was so funny. Oh my god. She's like dying. She can't.
Oh my god. Susan Boyle now. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Susan Boyle, all serious facing.
What a reference! Like out of all of it,
Yeah, Susan Boyle. So I actually did on Face.
Wait, can we check Susan Boyle right now? Let's just see. Susan Boyle.
It's terrible. I just did a face swap of Susan Boyle.
This is what your chin looks like?
Yeah. Oh my god, what the?
Right there. Oh, I can't see it there, but yeah, Susan Boyle. Well done.
So on Snapchat the other day, I had everybody go check out that video that we just played on my Facebook. And I used Susan Boyle because on Snapchat you can actually do face swaps with a picture. So I actually had Susan Boyle face swap onto me. It was ugly. I'll show you, but not everybody else can see it.
Oh, you can actually swap them just like that with any image?
Yeah.
What? Oh, Jesus. That looks like Alan Rickman. Can we just show people right now?
Yeah.
That's so weird because it's really...
Can I show the camera?
Yeah, you can. Let's go like this.
Yep. So and on Snapchat, this is another thing that I'm really into Snapchat, is because you can do fun things like that and change your face to Susan Boyle and lip sync.
That should be on the
game
promos
changer.
in general. Change your faces, Susan Boyle.
Yes, I have a game show on, not game show, I guess it's a game show. It's called Guess the Influencer on my Snapchat. So I'll take someone's face and put it on mine and I'll imitate them.
Oh.
Awesome. So yesterday I did Dan and Moore. I don't know if you know who Dan and Moore is. He's from Australia and he's always doing Snapchats about like these Australian slang words, like it's so cracking outside, like, you know, like that. So I did this whole thing about Dan and Moore, which you guys can watch. Not yet, but I'll post it on my
which one is it?
Instagram. I'll post it on Instagram and I'll also post it on my Twitter, which Twitter is YoPickles with 2 S's.
Right, and just remember, just check out YoPickles.com to see all her social media outlets and check out all her groups and places to check it out.
Yeah,
you can see everything there.
This has everything. So you can see Bob's Got Talent,
That's
Pass the
great.
Tat, Travel. Yeah.
That's really important, so everyone knows where to go and see. So yeah, I think that's about it.
Sweet.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. Time passed by really fast for that.
Yeah, I have a lot to say. Sorry, guys.
No, but I think it's really great because, when people kind of see you doing any of these type of Periscopes or just Snapchats and stuff, they do see a glimpse of what you're doing now. But it's always great to hear the backstory, everything you've done, give more of a chance to really talk about, everything. Just everything in general.
There's a lot. I call them chapters in my life book. There's a lot of chapters in my life book.
Yes.
We could be here for all day. We got to end it.
Yeah. To be continued.
Yeah, one day.
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. I think it's so awesome that we met through the power of live streaming and meeting up.
Yes.
And I think it's just so great how you are definitely this pioneer that's just, utilizing all of social media and just kind of bringing this community together and just being a positive influence. So
thanks.
Yes, shout out to YoPickles.
Now I just gotta learn, have Wilford teach me how to do cool things like this on YouTube.
You mean dabbing? Okay, that was a terrible way to end this. Okay.
With that said,
with that ado. Okay, anyways, thanks to everyone who is joining here on YouTube as well. We love you all, Blazing in Arizona, Matt Carmen, of course, and whoever was here at the beginning. And also, please check out my website, artistjourney.org. You can check out all the latest things, Facebook, all that jazz. And yes, we will see you soon. So have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And we love you all.
see you.
Annyeong.